Right now, a missing woman found dead in Madison. What police are asking the public for this morning.
Plus, Wisconsin lacks schools for kids and teens in recovery. We'll take a look at the efforts to help the problem. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning. I'm Kyrie Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. You know, we're in this pattern in the weather where it's kind of chilly in the morning, but then it's gorgeous out, and hoping this is going to last through the weekend.
Yes, I am hoping so too, and I know it's going to be feeling good. So let's check in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's going to get us up to date. How's it feeling out there this morning, though?
Guys, it's similar to how this time yesterday felt. Temperatures are hanging on to the lower to mid-50s at best. That's kind of where we were sitting yesterday. The day before that, though, we had 40s. There are some nighttime temperatures that are going to get down to the 40s on that 10-day forecast that I'll have a little later. But nonetheless, a very warm Saturday ahead. Today will be a little less cooler than what we had, or a little cooler than what we had yesterday, but breezier than what we had. Those winds already gusting up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and that's only going to increase all weekend long. We're dealing with windy conditions. There is a chance of rain. Really, the only chance going forward, though, is late Saturday night into Sunday. So unless you have really late plans, and these are going to be spotty showers, not widespread, can't rule out a few pockets of heavier rains and a few isolated thunderstorms, but it's not going to be a lot or enough to get us out of these abnormally dry conditions. And little to no change on our drought monitor update. That was expected because we didn't have rain over the last about week, but we still have areas that are under a moderate drought. Aside of the rain Saturday night into Sunday, though, don't have a lot of rain going forward. We'll talk about the 6 to 10 day temperature and precipitation forecast, what you can expect heading into mid-October coming up.
All right, Savannah, thank you. It's the final stretch for our Coats for Kids drive.
Our Josh Breider is live in Madison this morning with how it's going. We've got a ways to go to hit our goal this year, Josh.
Hey, we sure do, guys. We are one day away from the finale of our Coats for Kids drive. We've been doing this for about a month now. We're sitting at about half our goal. Remember a few weeks ago we asked you, we were looking for 5,000 kid-sized coats. Look at these cute little guys. And this morning we're sitting just shy of halfway there. We're at about 2,200 this morning. This is at one of their storage rooms here at the Boys and Girls Club. So remember, we are going to be working on giving those donations to local kids and local families in need. So we're looking for all of those coats right now, and there are plenty of ways for you to do that. You can drop them off at any Clinky Cleaners. We also have an online wish list. You'll notice a lot of Amazon boxes in this storage room here this morning, so we're making it nice and easy for you. And Chris and Kyrie, on some more exciting news, late yesterday we also received a $1,500 donation from the Midwest Financial Group. So that is going to be going a long way in purchasing new coats for kids. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to talk more about the local impact and how you can still help us make it happen, guys.
All right. You know, we have a little ways to go, but I think we're going to hit that mark.
All right, we're going to need some more organizations to step up and make the donations like the big one we got yesterday. All right, Josh, we'll talk to you here in a little bit. 6:02 here on your Friday. We want to get to our top story this morning. Officials are working on identifying the body of a missing woman. It comes after a search for Brooke Stratton, who'd been missing since Monday.
That's right. A man with a connection to Stratton is in custody for unrelated reasons. Our Merrill Hubbard has the details.
The body was found just beyond the brush behind me, and officers say it looks like the woman they've been searching for.
We were able to recover a female body that appears to be our missing person.
24-year-old Brooke Stratton was reported missing by her family on Tuesday, and that's when officers started their initial search. After looking through the Odana Hills area, they were able to narrow down their search because of a tip from a community member.
A community member called in a tip saying that she thought she saw someone matching our missing person walking in this area. So we were able to break off resources.
MPD, Dane County Sheriffs, the DNR, and underwater recovery team then found a woman's body in a pond near the Arboretum.
We were able to use our drone to get above the water, and it looked like it was indeed a person. So the Dane County underwater recovery team was relocated to this area along with other resources, and we were able to recover a female body.
Officials say that the body appears to be Brooke Stratton, but the medical examiner's office will confirm at a later time. Meanwhile, officers are investigating what led up to this incident. Stratton was last seen with a male acquaintance on Monday, and that same man is in police custody now for unrelated charges.
Detectives are on their way now to speak with him to get further information about what the nature of their relationship was, the last time she saw him, and what may have occurred here on Monday night.
MPD urges people living near Odana Road and Monroe Street to check their Ring cameras for recorded footage from Monday around 7:30 a.m. If you do check your Ring cameras or have any more information about what may have happened on Monday, please contact MPD or Crime Stoppers. Reporting on Madison's West Side, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
And we have an update this morning on student loan cancellation. Earlier this week, a federal judge lifted the temporary restraining order, opening the window to push Biden's forgiveness plan forward. However, that window closed not even 24 hours later.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn has been looking into how this affects everyone watching this morning. A lot of people waiting to find out exactly what's going on with this.
Yeah, so the plan was on pause since September due to a Georgia lawsuit, and that pause ended this Wednesday evening as the court found Georgia had no legal right to sue. And just yesterday, a federal judge in Missouri put another temporary hold on the latest student loan cancellation plan. This puts us right back where we were 2 days ago. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, federal data collected in March shows over 700,000 Wisconsin residents owe student loans. The average debt per person is $31,679, and over half of Wisconsin borrowers are under 35 years old. 232,300 Wisconsin residents owe less than $10,000. 325,200 owe between $10,000 and $20,000. 193,000 owe between $40,000 and $100,000, and 41,200 owe over $100,000. In total, Wisconsin residents owe $23.3 billion in student loan debt.
Right, affecting lots of people, and then all this back and forth.
Yep.
Keeping things on hold.
Thanks for straightening it out for us.
Absolutely.
Well, the GOP is training thousands of poll watchers ahead of Election Day. This week, Republican National Committee holding a Protect the Vote event in Franklin. They did it in a private room. Officials did an interview on the training. No one could observe. But officials say a key part of their training includes encouraging watchers to report what they seem to be suspicious behavior to RNC lawyers. The head of Milwaukee's election commission says that her agency is prepping for an influx of poll watchers.
We really appreciate having them, but the reality is if they disrupt the process, they will be removed. And so we take that very seriously, that everyone has the right to vote without disruption.
The Republican National Committee says it's recruited more than 200,000 poll watchers nationwide.
Wisconsin election clerks referred 30 instances of suspected fraud and voting irregularities to prosecutors over the last year. The report looks at referrals made between July 1st, 2023 and September 12th of this year. 18 referrals involved someone voting twice. It happened in Milwaukee, Douglas, Kenosha, Polk, and Calumet. In some instances, some people voted in person and by absentee mail. In another instance, someone voted in 2 municipalities. There were 6 instances of felons registering to vote. Then someone registered in Wisconsin after registering in another state. The state of Wisconsin set aside $300,000 to support kids and teens struggling with substance abuse. There's one recovery school in the state, but if you ask experts, they'll say not only is there a need for more, but it's growing.
If you look at the statistics of kids with, substance abuse issues as well as mental health, the need is there. I get so many calls from other places. And we've had people move here from Milwaukee. We've had people call me from, I just had a call from Green Bay 2 weeks ago. So I know there's a need.
Horizon High School started through self-funding and donations. The state of Wisconsin has since started offering grants to create more schools like it. While there is money, no plans have been submitted to form more schools, and the Department of Public Instruction has yet to set up a formal grant process.
6:08 here on your Friday morning. Let's check in with Savannah and what's coming up in your forecast. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, guys. Temperatures right now are in the lower to mid 50s. It's not a bad start, but not the coolest that we're going to see going forward. We'll talk about that and which weekend day looks to be better.
And it's our final push for the Coats for Kids drive in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. Remember, we have just 1 day left. Whether we're looking for new or gently used items, we also have those online wish lists. We're going to talk about how you can make a difference in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear road rivals, no truck on the road drives value like the Tundra. Day after day, mile after mile, it all adds up to big savings under the hood. What's under yours? Toyota Tundra.
Right now, lease a new Tundra for $479 a month or get 3.99% APR for 72 months on a new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Keep your home safe with an 11% rebate at Menards. Fire Safety Month is here. From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more. Get a home safety products keep your family protected in case of emergencies. Get a direct wire smoke alarm for $22.95 after rebate. Keep your guns and ammunition secured with Sports and Field gun safes. We have multiple sizes available to fit your needs. The Denali Fireproof 32 gun safe is $699.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
My name is Jack Frank. I'm a retired paper mill worker in the valley here, and I work for Copeland Bus part-time on the side. I've had my own route now here for the last 3-4 years, and the kids on it are great. Flexible hours, they work with you in many different ways. If you've got something going, they accommodate you, or they try to get somebody to run your road. Copeland treats you decent. You know, all the years I worked here. It's a great place to work.
4 years ago, in this alley, rioters threw a brick at my face and knocked out my teeth. Why? Because I was a police officer. And what did Kamala Harris do? While America's cities were burning, Kamala was defending peaceful protest. She raised millions to help bail rioters out of jail and supported defunding our police, making us all less safe. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Senator Baldwin claims she's doing something about the fentanyl crisis and says she got a major fentanyl bill passed. But Senator Baldwin is lying. The bill's main sponsor, Senator Tim Scott, had this to say.
As the primary sponsor, I've never had a single conversation with Tammy about this bill, period.
Career politicians like Senator Baldwin are always lying about something. Senator Baldwin, she's extreme, radical, and wrong.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:13 here on your Friday in the 608 this morning. It is our final push in the Coats for Kids drive in partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County.
That's right. Josh Frieder is live in Madison with how you can help us reach our goal. Josh, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're at the Boys and Girls Club here in Madison, one of their storage rooms where some of the coats that we've already gotten are waiting to be sorted. Take a look at this. We have bins, we have bags, we have boxes. We have a lot of work to be done. But first, we need more donations at this point because we got to reach our goal. Claudia Media of the Boys and Girls Club is joining us this morning. Claudia, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So where are we sitting right now, and how are we doing so far for the Coats of Kids drive?
Yeah, so we're about halfway through our goal. We're at 2,200 coats. And we need more donations. We need more coats or any other winter gear that you may have, as well as financial donations. And any, You can also go on our website, on our Amazon wish list, and purchase more coats there.
Yeah, we're making it nice and easy for folks because we're looking for 5,000 coats. We still have a long ways to go. And you can see in this room, obviously, we have the bins of some of the ones collected. We have bags. And you'll notice those boxes, quite a few people just sending some of those from our Amazon wish list, right? Making it nice and easy, those new items. And why are these donations so important for what you guys are hoping to do here?
Yeah, we want to make sure all of the youth in our community are warm for the winter. We think it's extremely important for them to have the resources necessary to succeed in school and outside of school as well.
And you guys obviously see that need every single day. Like, these folks need this to be able to stay warm all winter, and this community always steps up, right? We do that for the back to school drive. We do that for the Coats for Kids drive. So you always know that this community will come out in waves.
Yes, yes, and we thank each and every single person who's come out, all of our volunteers and our sponsors.
So, you know, obviously with the donations comes a lot of sorting too.
Yes.
So you guys are going to be in search of a lot of volunteers. So how can people help out that way?
Yes, if you go on our website, you can sign up to volunteer. We're going to need a lot of help our distribution day, which is October 25th from 9 to 6 at all of our traditional clubs.
Yeah, and it's been cool to see all the donations coming in. Obviously, Clinky Cleaners, your guys' location, our station. So we have a long way to go. So there's still time for people to help out. So through tomorrow, correct?
Yes, yes, correct. And we'll also need a lot of help sorting prior to the distribution. So if anybody wants to volunteer for that, there's that opportunity as well.
Oh my gosh, a lot to be done, but we know we're going to make it happen, Claudia. Thank you so much. Of course, again, we are your sponsor for Coats for Kids Drive, so you can go to channel3000.com. We have everything you need to know there, from the specific locations, from what we need for donations, and also, like Claudia was mentioning, that Amazon wish list. We're making it nice and easy for folks, so you can go up there and also donate money. I talked earlier about that $1,500 donation that we had from Midwest Financial come in yesterday.
Yes.
Those donations are huge, so plenty of ways to be able to give back, guys. And we'll have a little bit more coming up on that impact later on in the 608.
All right, you know, the push, we're still going. We can make it. We can make it.
Can't do it without the viewers at home, though. Let's get our coat count. We're at 2,252 coats. So get those coats in, folks. You can get those gently used or new coats, hats, mittens, scarves, gloves, all that stuff to any Clinky Cleaners or the Lucier Family YMCA by tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline. And you can send those monetary donations through channel3000.com.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
Checking in with Savannah Brito now in your first warned forecast. Hey there, Savannah.
Hey guys, we're not seeing any more showers. We did see a lot of that across northern and central Illinois, mainly to our south. There was some severe weather well southwest of here, but all of those pesky showers moving out of here now. We're just left with some cloud cover across Madison and areas south, but we'll see that clear pretty quickly, going to turn over to mostly sunny skies, at least briefly. I still think we'll see passing clouds into tonight and tomorrow. That's mainly going to affect the early Saturday morning hours. We're not tracking any more showers until later in the day. Most temperatures, because of the cold front, though, are actually going to fall later this afternoon into the mid to upper 60s, near 70s still, but that's actually closer to where we should be compared to the warmer days we had the last few days. Then tonight, most of our temperatures, we're looking at the mid to upper 40s. A few areas, given the right amount of cloud cover, mainly south of here towards the Illinois-Wisconsin border, could hold on to 50. And then for tomorrow, we're warming back up. Notice these wind arrows really speeding up. It's already breezy out there right now, but those winds are going to increase even more. We're looking at probably 30, 35, maybe even 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts into tomorrow. But temperatures, those will be warm. It'll feel summer-like. It's not completely impossible that a couple areas top out at 80, but I think most of us are looking at the mid to upper 70s. And then the showers, few at best. It's not going to be a washout, not going to need to cancel any of your weekend plans, but these coming late Saturday into early Sunday. Can't rule out a few pockets of heavier showers, maybe an isolated non-severe thunderstorm that passes through. If you're kind of still picking which weekend day to make plans, if you like summer-like weather, we're talking about 77 for the high Saturday. But again, winds are going to stay breezy all weekend long. That's not necessarily going to change. But then the temperature high for Sunday, that's going to fall to 69. So it'll be more fall-like. As far as the outlook, though, going forward, I don't think we're going to see much fall-like weather, give or take a few days. But overall, our pattern's staying pretty warm well west of here. That ridge, I've been talking about it all week. That's actually set set to expand closer to our area. This red color right here is about a 60% chance of seeing above average temperatures. That expands even further eastward, though, beyond that time frame. So we're looking at warm temperatures at least through mid-October.
All right, I'm in for it.
Me
I know
too.
Chris isn't necessarily.
I'm ready for fall. I don't know.
You know, he's
gotta
ready
hold out a little bit longer.
Just a little bit. All right, Savannah, thank you. Well, a wild animal stuck in a pool. We'll show you how officers got them out.
Then coming up in our next half hour, the porch strike is now over. The details on the deal they struck.
And as we head to break, here's a look at gas prices this morning. Time now 6:19. We'll be right back.
The Final Drive high school football coverage, Fridays at 10.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Fresh ground chuck, $3.99 a pound. 24 packs of Hy-Vee purified water, $1.99. And Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. In-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hovde is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hovde's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hovde took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hovde.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
I just this morning made a new hole in my belt, so that was super exciting.
Why are women everywhere choosing Sonobello, the advanced solution for permanent fat removal?
I saw the results immediately.
It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I've had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's best offer of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
Check it out, Snatch Waist. Loving, loving, loving the results.
It will change your life. It did for me.
Call 1-888-510-6198 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
President Trump, you have long vowed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act.
If we come up with something, we're going to do it and we're going to replace it.
You still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. There are concepts and options we have to do that.
You have no plan. When Donald Trump was president, he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. And what the Affordable Care Act has done is eliminate the ability of insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. You remember what that was like? We, over the last 4 years, have strengthened the Affordable Care Act, and now we have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month. We have capped the cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000 a year. And when I am president, we will do that for all people, understanding that access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
6:23 on your Friday morning. This is a photo from Linda. She says, a little deer So there you go. There you
Linda's
have
always
it.
snapping some great photos for us. Always out and
is.
about. It's one of the things I like about Linda. She's always out in the world, out experiencing life. Great photo. Thanks for sharing it with us. All right, we got a couple of animal stories trending this morning that we wanted to share. First up, a homeowner in Bedford, New Hampshire woke up to find a moose stuck under their pool cover. Take a look at this. Police showed up to help out, and they had to lift the cover up, and just wait until you see here the moose. That's a big moose. I can imagine what the moose was thinking. Maybe it was just looking for a little getaway, a little break.
Hold on to summer, like
nice,
some of us.
Relaxing dip in somebody's pool or something.
Yeah.
And there you go. Lift up the cover, and the moose will eventually get out of there. Trust me.
Moseying on out.
We gotta stick with it now.
Has to finish his whole bath, get everything together.
There you go.
And then
Yeah. There we go.
He's like, how rude of you to interrupt. Right.
Oh, and then, you know, we've been talking so much about Hurricane Helene and the aftermath. It's just wreaked havoc on the thousands who live down south and the millions of people who've been affected. In communities wiped out by storms, though, shelters are flooding, and then there's the lost cats and the dogs. Shelters in Wisconsin, though, are stepping up to help make room for them. 45 cats and 25 dogs from shelters in South Carolina were just flown to Waukesha County this week. In Monroe, Greene County Humane Society volunteers there just took in 8 dogs. Their operations manager says that animals from the disaster areas have better chances finding homes here than they would down south, right? The shelter's taken in more dogs from the hurricane in about a week, too. Dane County Humane Society also took in 10 cats yesterday. That's good to hear.
So it's crazy how, you know, a place so far away from that area is playing a role in the recovery. So
yeah, I mean, you think of all the people still without power. How can you care for these animals when you're also trying to take care of your own family? And it's just a terrible situation. Glad that we're helping out here.
Yeah, I am too. Definitely making an impact, but it's really hard to see all that damage and destruction. But at least we're trying to take in some of those animals here. But showers, we could see some of that here across southern Wisconsin. That wouldn't be until late Saturday into Sunday. Temperatures, though, over the weekend falling with the cold front. 77 tomorrow, 69 on Sunday.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Not everyone knows us, but in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
No matter what your dream is, Spectrum Business can connect you to it. That's life unlimited.
I'm Joan Balwig, and here at the shop we have solutions both big and small. And that's why I fought in Madison for historically large increases for our fire, police, and EMS, and made sure that our small businesses had the permits that they needed to operate. I delivered millions for ag and rural road funding and created the one-day fishing license. I brought both sides together to make sure that our kids can both read and write. And those are both really big things. But you get the idea.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Rich, indulgent chocolate with a luscious caramel filling. Discover Ghirardelli caramel squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
You've got this. You didn't think your sister would take you up on the dog sitting offer, but here you are. Barriers? Purchased. Doggy distractions? No expense spared. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, to prepare, you can be sure we're looking out for you. So you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
This morning, a missing woman from Madison found dead. What we know about the man she was last seen with.
Plus, the port strike is over for now. The details about the temporary deal sending employees back to work.
Plus, new updates in the White House's efforts to cancel student debt. We'll break down the latest court rulings. Good Friday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Unley. Thanks for waking up with us. Hope your morning is off to a great start. A little bit cooler this morning, but not for long.
Now it's kind of feeling like football weather outside.
Yes.
We got Purdue coming to town tomorrow. Let's go to Savannah Burrito out on the patio with the kickoff forecast. Hey there.
Hey guys, it's looking pretty good tomorrow. Definitely going to be a warm day, though. A cry from a few Saturdays ago when we had fall-like weather. That's not going to be the case for the Purdue-Wisconsin game tomorrow. Temperatures are going to probably top out close to 80. Not impossible. Some areas break that. The forecast tied tomorrow afternoon in Madison, 77. So you'll probably want to dress in shorts. It won't even be cool for kickoff. I think we'll already be in the mid to upper 60s. So comfortable start, but then it is going to be very mild by the time halftime and even that fourth quarter come along. This morning we did see some spotty showers. For the most part, that was across Madison and Dane County. As it traveled south, it broke up a little bit. Most of the activity as far as the greater chance of showers, heavy rain, even some severe weather and lightning, you can see all those returns, even still tracking lightning well to our southwest across central and even northern Illinois. That's for the most part where all that heavy rain has been this morning. We do have another chance tomorrow night into Sunday. We'll talk about if it could impact any of your weekend plans coming up.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Savannah. Well, it's the final stretch in our Coats for Kids campaign, folks.
That's right, and Josh Breider is live in Madison this morning with how it's going. Josh, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're at the Boys and Girls Club, one of their locations here in Madison. Take a look at one of their rooms here. We have a mountain of coats. These all still need to be sorted, so we're going to be looking for volunteers here moving forward. But before we do that, we still need more donations. We're about halfway to our 5,000 coat goal, all right? So we set that a few weeks ago, and now we're about 2,200, just over 2,200, so we're about halfway there. We did receive a huge donation from the Midwest Financial Group yesterday for $1,500. So again, that is another way for you to be able to help out. We have those financial donations. We have the Amazon wish list. You can send new things right here, or you can also donate those gently used items at any Clinky Cleaners right now for them to clean them and then donate them right here to the Boys and Girls Club. So tomorrow is the final day. We're going to talk a little bit more about the impact and, of course, why the volunteers are going to be needed moving forward. And, of course, those important dates where these donations are actually going to go out to the community coming out here in about 10 minutes, guys. But until then, I feel like I got to do a little work on this pile. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, boy.
Well, there he goes.
Oh, good thing all those are getting clean.
I feel like I can do like snow angels in here.
Nice.
We got some work to do, folks.
Yeah,
Lots of work. Get to it, Josh. All right. Thank you. Well, this year's Coats for Kids campaign wraps up tomorrow, as Josh mentioned, and we added another 105 coats, bringing our total to 2,252. That campaign, again, you have till tomorrow. You can donate gently used coats, hats, mittens, or scarves at any Clinky Cleaners location or the Lucier Family YMCA. If you want to contribute but don't have any winter clothes to offer, you can donate through our website, channel3000.com.
6:33 to our top stories this morning. Madison police are investigating after finding a body near the UW Arboretum.
It comes after a search for Brooke Stratton, who has been missing since Monday. Officials have not yet confirmed whether the body is that of Stratton. Police say she spent time with a male acquaintance on Monday. That man is now in custody for unrelated charges. Detectives say they intend to question him about Stratton's disappearance. And of course, if you want to learn more about this story, you can head over to our website. That's channel3000.com. But now to other top stories this morning. U.S. port workers are headed back to work this morning.
That's right. The union, representing 45,000 of them, reached a temporary deal with the U.S. Maritime Alliance. The deal runs through January 15th. It's expected to pause those concerns about imports not reaching retailers and eventually you, the consumer. Experts estimate it would cost the U.S. economy over $4 billion a day as long as the strike was happening. Both sides have reportedly reached an agreement in wage increases and in the temporary deal.
The cost of everything's up. These folks work during COVID night and day, getting goods to market. It's so important for them to get it on finally get it on the back end of all the hard work that they put in for this country during COVID.
The union went on strike Tuesday after its contract expired in a dispute over pay and automation. The strike came at the peak of the holiday shipping season. Now the union and alliance will have more time to negotiate a new 6-year contract. 6:34 now. We have an update this morning on student loan cancellation. Earlier this week, a federal judge lifted that temporary restraining order, opening the window to push the president's forgiveness plan forward. However, that window closed less than 24 hours later.
That's right. Now, Michelle Renee Quinn is here now with the latest on the ruling. Good morning.
Good morning. That's right. The plan was on pause since September due to a Georgia lawsuit. That pause ended this Wednesday evening as the court found Georgia had no legal right to sue. Then just yesterday, a federal judge in Missouri put another temporary hold on the latest student loan cancellation plan. That's in efforts to preserve 7 Republican-led states: Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, North Dakota, and Ohio, who argue the proposed forgiveness plan would infringe on state revenues and unfairly burden taxpayers. The Student Borrower Protection Center responded in a statement saying the case is far from over. Quote, "This case is the third attempt by the Missouri AG to undermine relief for borrowers and ensure maximum profits for the federal student loan servicing company MOHELA. It reveals a clear intent to rig the system against working families." You continues, and she says the administration must not grant the Missouri AG the power to challenge any decision he opposes and must immediately ensure borrowers get the relief they deserve. Now, Biden's plan would cancel at least some student debt for an estimated 30 million borrowers. It would also erase up to $20,000 of interest for those whose original balances increased because of the runaway interest.
And I know this plan, a lot of people are betting on this plan,
Yeah.
so I'm interested to see where it'll end up in the court.
There's a lot on the line here that affects a lot of people. Michelle Renee, thanks for bringing us the latest on the court rulings.
Absolutely. Now to our 3 for the People coverage. We have learned that the Harris Walls campaign says that former President Barack Obama will hit the campaign trail to help shore up support for the Democratic ticket. His first rally is set for next week in Pittsburgh. Vice President Kamala Harris also has the support of a prominent Republican. Former Congresswoman Liz Cheney joined Harris in her latest visit to the Badger State. They spoke at Ripon College in the Fox Valley. Ripon is known for being the birthplace of the Republican Party. It's there where Cheney announced she would support the candidate across the aisle. She cited her view that former President Donald Trump poses a threat to democracy.
History teaches us again and again that democracies can fall. They fall to populists. They fall to strongmen.
Cheney served on the January 6th Select Committee. It came in her last term in the House before she lost her seat. And meanwhile, former President Donald Trump will be back in Wisconsin this weekend. He's expected to speak at the Dodge County Airport Sunday afternoon at 2. It will be his 4th Wisconsin stop in just over a week. Trump rallied supporters in Prairie du Chien last weekend. He then visited Waunakee and Milwaukee on Tuesday. Trump's campaign says he'll contrast his economic policy with that of the Biden administration. Doors open Sunday morning at 10 for the event. You can find ticketing information at channel3000.com.
As part of our 3 for the People coverage this week, we are focusing on the Madison schools referendum. This morning, we're looking into the impact on teachers. One of the questions this November will ask Madison voters to spend up to $100 million for operating costs. The district says the referendum will enable MMSD to offer competitive salaries and benefits, including tackling the escalating cost of health care premiums. The head of the Madison Teachers Union, MTI, hopes that younger teachers can get a pay increase to keep them from leaving the district. But right now, it's unclear exactly how much of the referendum funding will go directly to staff.
You know, in terms of having specific numbers, that's a TBD, because a lot of that also depends on how much or how little the state gives us, or how much or how little we get in federal funding.
At channel3000.com this morning, you can find more information about the referendum, including what it would cover, how much it would cost, and what voters think. Just head to the 3 for the People section. Again, that's at channel3000.com. Game 3 of the wild card series for the Brewers against the Mets. Winner would advance to the divisional series. The Crew have not won a playoff series since 2018, and it was a close one last night. 7th inning, Jake Bauers at bat. He's going to send that one over the wall to put the Brewers ahead, 1-0. Next batter, Sal Frelick, and he'll send it over the wall as well. Just about the same spot, too. Just days ago, he was hurt running into the outfield wall. 2-0, home team, dugout loving it, but then the Mets. Oh, hold on to that lead, the Brewers were, until the 9th. 2 runners on. Former Mallard Pete Alonso turned this one into a heartbreaker for the Brewers. Line drive homer puts the Mets ahead. They would hold on to the lead and win this one 4-2. The Brewers season is now over. Oh, what an absolute heartbreaker.
What a sad ending to the season. I know it was rough for a lot of fans to watch out there.
I did read this morning that Brewers legend Bob Uecker, the legendary announcer, joined the team in the dugout, or joined the team in the locker room after the game and told them, "I'll see you next season." So that's something that Brewers fans can hold on to this morning. I know we're all kind of we're hoping that Bob doesn't hang it up, but it looks like he may be back next season if his health keeps up. So
yes, young team, they have time to redeem themselves.
They do. They have a lot of young talent.
Well, let's check in now with Savannah. Savannah, what's coming up?
Wind speeds are actually starting to pick up right now, but not as high as what we'll see them rise to later in the day. We'll talk about which weekend day could be breezier.
And it's the final push for our Coats for Kids drive in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. We have just 1 day left, folks. We're going to talk about where we are now with donations and how you can help us make a difference coming up in the 608.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
WIN Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
Hi, I'm Sue Jenick, League of Women Voters of Dane County President. Know who you are going to vote for and why. Think about your values and what is important to you and your family. Seek out information about the candidates. On October 22nd, the League of Women Voters will publish candidates' answers outlining their beliefs and priorities for voters.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
The seasons are changing and winter's on the horizon. Let the experts at Feldco get your roofing project off the ground before the snow moves in. Right now, get 30% off roofing plus no interest for 1 year. It's the perfect time to replace your roof with Feldco. You'll make a valuable upgrade to your home with roofing designed specifically for the Midwest's toughest weather. 30% off roofing ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
I can honestly say that Cardinal has never let me down.
I definitely recommend Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning because of the professionalism.
Cardinal will always be my first call for anything that Cardinal does.
I think we're going to continue to use Cardinal for a long time.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Announcing the winners of Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Congratulations to Eisenberg Law Office for winning bronze for Best Law Firm, serving clients since 1983. See all the winners on MadisonMagazine.com.
Monday at 6.
The impact of the black vote can largely change elections.
And I'm meeting with the local voters that can play that pivotal role.
We got to see which candidate is going to actually walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
We'll learn which issues are important to this key constituency.
Prices, food, gas, things of that nature.
Equity, access to health care, education. And what they say each candidate must do to earn their support.
3 for the People, Monday on News 3 Now at 6. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. We still have areas that are abnormally dry and even under a moderate drought. This is our updated drought monitor that came out yesterday. Little to no change across southern Wisconsin. The yellow color, most of the area abnormally dry, but the Dells still experiencing a moderate drought. We have seen little rain over the last week, so not enough of a dent or to make a dent in our updated drought monitor. Southwest of Juneau all the way to Waukesha, southwest of Waukesha, moderate drought. South of Janesville all the way to Platteville, also included in that tan color that is a moderate drought. We have little to no rain, though, unfortunately, going forward, even the next week, but this is the next 6 to 10 days. You can see this is about a 90% chance, very dry conditions of seeing well below average precipitation. Not what we need to see, but we're not tracking any showers aside of those little ones we could see Saturday night into Sunday morning. I don't think you need to go canceling any weekend plans because that coming late overnight, but we could see a few pockets of heavier showers and then maybe a few isolated non-severe thunderstorms. That's really the only chance, like I said, and that not going to be widespread, though, or a soaking rain that we could really use. After that, dry going into next week. Temperatures are actually going to still be above average. Today will be actually closer to what's seasonal or normal for this time of year. We have a couple of days, give or take a few, that are going to be seasonal. Overall, though, our temperature pattern staying very warm. Today we're looking at the mid to upper 60s, lower 70s for some. I think we will top out right at that 70-degree mark here in Madison. Temperatures will be pushing 60 by 10 a.m. and then the mid 60s by the lunchtime hour, getting very close to 70 by that 3 to 4 p.m. time frame. Beyond that, though, tomorrow is looking even warmer. The first half of this upcoming weekend actually going to be very breezy. We're talking about wind gusts up to about close to 40 miles per hour at times, especially with that front moving through tomorrow evening into the overnight hours. Temperatures tonight, though, are going to drop somewhere near the mid to upper 40s, and then tomorrow wind speeds increase, and we're looking at temperature highs pushing almost 80, 69 then by Sunday.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Saturday looking pretty nice. All right, we're back to our coverage of our Coats for Kids campaign. We're in our final push in the 608 this morning. Josh is trying to rally everybody together to get those final donations in.
Yes, he is. Josh, how's it going this morning?
Hey, good morning, guys. We're at the Boys and Girls Club, one of their locations here in Madison, taking a look at some of the donations that have come in so far. We've got some good ones, right? We have been working on this for weeks now, trying to get all of those coats for kids. We do this every year, and that need is not going away. We set that goal of 5,000 coats, and we have one more day to do it. Amy Fenwick with the Boys and Girls Club is joining us this morning. Amy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, Amy, how are we doing on donations?
We're about halfway there. We're hoping for 5,000, but we're, you know, what, 2,200 right now. There's still time. There's still time to donate. There's still time to go to our Amazon wish list, buy some stuff. It gets shipped directly to us. Donate monetarily, but we really want to hit that $5,000, or excuse me, 5,000 coats.
$5,000 would be nice though too.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that for sure.
I know we did have a $1,500 donation come in from the Midwest Financial Group yesterday, so that's what I love is we're making this easy for folks. Whether they have those donations, they want to buy something, or just donate that money, you guys are going to put that to use.
Absolutely. Yep. We're going to go out and buy coats that fill in all those gaps that we don't have. You know, we get a lot of coats for the littles and some of the older kids, but that, you know, kindergarten, first, second grade, we have a big gap. So that's what we're going to buy if we need to with that money donated.
And of course, you know, one of these rooms here, you can see there's a lot of work that needs to be done yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And how can people help with that?
So we have lots of volunteer spots open. They can find those at bgcdc.org. Click on the Coats for Kids button, and you'll get taken to the volunteer link. And we have lots of shifts before our distribution date of sorting and sizing and all of that good stuff. And we have lots of shifts. I think we have like 60 some for each location. So we have lots of volunteer needs.
So it might be one of those things that maybe if someone can't afford to be able to donate something, they can donate their time.
Absolutely. Yep. We'll take support in any way we can get it.
You know, when you look at the impact being felt here in the community, you guys see that need every single day.
Absolutely. This one's so important because this doesn't just affect our members of Boys and Girls Club. With 5,000 coats, we reach so many Dane County youth, and that's why a coat drive like this is so important.
So we got one day to make it happen.
Yes, we can do it.
We can do it. I know
Absolutely.
we can. This community is amazing, right?
100%.
Awesome. Amy, thank you so much. Again, one more day. If you'd like to learn more about what we need for those donations, again, we have that Amazon wish list, also the money donation link. All that's up on channel3000.com in this story, guys. So everything you need to know right there. And Chris and Kyrian, I just got to show you how, you know, individualized this gets. There's a woman every year that hand knits these items for kids. So we're looking at hats, we're looking at scarves with even a nice little note in there. Hand knit just for you by MJ. So some folks getting really individualized, really personalized, and obviously that's a very special meaning for something that is going to be very special for these kids come this winter once it gets cold.
Yes, and I know that woman has knitted like more than 100, you know, hats and mittens and scarves, so that's amazing.
Excellent. All right,
Big
Josh.
Yeah, seeing that impact being felt here in the community, guys, there's nothing like it.
You love to see it. Thanks, Josh.
Well, coming up in our morning sprint, we'll detail a recall from a popular auto brand.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
Meet Edwin Ramos. This illegal immigrant murdered 3 Americans. An MS-13 gang member, Ramos was arrested for a gun crime, but as DA, Kamala didn't prosecute him. Months later, Ramos murdered a man and his 2 sons in cold blood.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Everyone has their own idea of what fitness means to them. Here's what it means to us. We believe fitness can be more than exercise, that it can build a better tomorrow. It can change how you feel. It can build more than muscle. It can build community. And no matter what your reason, the common goal is simple. It's for a better tomorrow. Join us for a better tomorrow.
Sometimes the smallest cracks can cause the biggest chills. And something sinister is lurking in the shadows.
What was that?
To survive, they must seal their fate.
It's not working.
With Feldco.
50% off Windows ends soon. Come now.
This fall, watch out for The Draft.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Career politicians like Peter Barca will say anything to get elected. His latest negative ad against Brian Style, it's been called blatantly false. The truth, Style has always supported IVF. He co-sponsored a resolution supporting IVF. And Style backs legislation to help families afford IVF. Peter Barca can sling mud, but we deserve better than just another lying career politician.
I'm Brian Style, and I approve this message.
After my son was born, I was having a hard time leaving him, only being able to see him once before going to work and then once before bed. That's just not enough time.
At my old job, my entire check went to daycare to pay to be away from my child. We bring our kids with us in the mornings and they ride with us on our routes and then they go to school.
I'm on a route where I'm the one dropping my kids off at school. It's been phenomenal.
Being able to bring them with me has been really great for our family.
Senator Baldwin claims she's doing something about the fentanyl crisis and says she got a major fentanyl bill passed. But Senator Baldwin is lying. The bill's main sponsor, Senator Tim Scott, had this to say.
As the primary sponsor, I've never had a single conversation with Tammy about this bill, period.
Career politicians like Senator Baldwin are always lying about something. Senator Baldwin, she's extreme, radical, and wrong.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Donate kids' winter coats at Clinky Cleaners during Coats for Kids.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
Police are investigating after recovering a body off of Monroe Street and Odana Road. They say the discovery is in connection with the search of missing Madison woman Brooke Stratton. They're asking people near the location to check home security camera footage from Monday morning. Madison police say anyone with footage or any other information should call police.
3 former Memphis police officers are facing convictions in the 2023 fatal beating of Tyree Nichols. The guilty verdicts relate to witness tampering. However, a jury acquitted the officers of harsher charges they faced. The officers are among 5 who beat Nichols after he ran from a traffic stop. Nichols died in the hospital 3 days later.
Americans are fleeing Lebanon as fighting between Israel and Hezbollah escalates. It comes after a new round of airstrikes from Israel in southern Beirut. Israel says it intends to expand the invasion. More than 1,000 people in Lebanon are dead and about 1 million are displaced.
U.S. port workers back on the job site this morning. The union, representing 45,000 of them, reached a temporary deal with the U.S. Maritime Alliance. The deal runs through January 15th. It's expected to pause concerns about imports not reaching retailers and eventually consumers.
The Biden administration is at another roadblock in its efforts to cancel student loan debt. A federal judge in Missouri put a hold on the plan. It comes less than 24 hours after a previous restraining order expired. The plan would cancel at least some debt for an estimated 30 million borrowers.
A recall of the Tesla Cybertruck. They're recalling more than 27,000 vehicles because of a camera visibility issue. The company says that a software glitch could disable the rear view mirror display screens. Models manufactured since November of 23 could be impacted. Drivers can download a free software update to fix the issue.
And finally, the Brewers season is all over. This 3-run homer by the Mets' Pete Alonso was the deciding play. It means they lost Game 3 of the Wild Card Series. This is the second straight year the Brew Crew go out at this stage. As for the Mets, they will face division rivals, the Phillies and the NLDS.
And today we're going to see those winds pick up already somewhat this morning, but definitely by the afternoon. All weekend long it will be pretty breezy. Tomorrow more summer-like than what we'll see on Sunday when temperatures fall because of a cold front sparking some showers. That going to drop our high to 69 though on Sunday.
All right, not your average temperatures for this time of year.
No, but still a pretty nice weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Savannah, thank you.
We're back in 30 minutes with a news and weather update.